on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Matt Piper. In now a sixth day of war between Israel and Iran, President Trump says he believes Iran was a few weeks away from a nuclear weapon, but he says he has not yet made up his mind on whether U.S. forces will join Israel's attacks on Iran.
Israel's done a very good job of that, but we'll see what happens. The bottom line is they can't have nuclear.
The U.S. has just begun evacuating non-essential diplomats and their families from the embassy in Israel. CBS's Olivia Gazis on the effort underway to get others out too.
A social media post from the U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, announcing that the U.S. is going to be organizing evacuation flights and cruise ship departures for American citizens interested in leaving Israel.
CBS News military consultant Jeff McCausland on what may happen next if the U.S. were to join Israel.
Iran could respond asymmetrically, and they have done that in past globally. You could see terrorist attacks originating either in the region, using some of the surrogates Iran has in the region, like the Shiite militia groups operating in Iraq, that have attacked U.S. forces in past, by the way, or somewhere else around the world.
In her retrial, Karen Reed is found not guilty of murder and manslaughter in the death of her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe.
Could not be standing here without these amazing supporters who have supported me and my team financially and, more importantly, emotionally for almost 4 years.
The jury did find her guilty of operating under the influence of alcohol. She received 1 year of probation. In a landmark decision, a divided Supreme Court has upheld a Tennessee law restricting some medical treatments for transgender minors. Legal correspondent Jen Crawford.
The court is saying that children who identify as transgender don't have a constitutional right to get puberty blockers or hormones to change their biological sex. And then it's saying that states have this interest in regulating medicine.
The Federal Reserve is holding its benchmark interest rate steady, marking a continuation of its wait-and-see approach for a fourth straight time. Chairman Jerome Powell
will continue to determine the appropriate stance of monetary policy based on the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks.
CBS's Alexander Tien on a warning when it comes to overdose deaths.
New data from the CDC through January this year is now predicting a rise in the number of annual drug overdose deaths for the first time in months, following a steep decline off of a wave that peaked in 2023. Early data suggests some states like Arizona have actually been seeing drug overdose deaths for a few months now increase and are now near levels not seen since early last year.
This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear the good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cab News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 74 degrees in Berkeley, California.